If people are so sure that they are going to heaven after they dies, I ask them, why are you delaying your departure then? Why not go right now? Hey guys, as I said in previous video, here I am answering the question, what is death? Again, as I said before, single video isn't sufficient for answering all the questions and queries, so we decide to divide it in parts, then chapters, and then topics. This is the first part, life and death in one breath, and its first chapter, what is death, and its first topic, death, the most fundamental question. So here we start. Do you know you will die one day? Maybe I bless you with a long life, or someone bless you with a long life, but anyway, you will die one day. No one can make you immortal just by blessing. We cannot be sure about anything in your life. We don't know if you will get married or not. We don't know if you will get a job or not. And we don't know if you will be successful or not. But this one thing is guaranteed in your life. You will go straight to your grave. One of the biggest human follies is to engage death in the third person. As thought, it is an abstract event that happens to other peoples, not us. Do you know that about 160,000 people in the world who were alive yesterday are not there today? Each second, 2 people die in the world, and one day it is going to happen to you and me too. It does not take enormous research or intelligence or even education to know this. This knowledge is inbuilt in every human being, yet we think we have an unlimited lease of life. This situation is best expressed in the Indian epic Mahabharata. The 5 Pandav princes, who are the protagonists, are lost in the forest, severely starved and parched. They scour the nearby hill for water and food. They spot a lake, and as they try to drink from it, they are confronted by a yaksh in front of him in the form of white crane, who insists they answer his question first. Refusing to be stopped by a mere bird, one by one they try to drink from the lake and drop dead. Only Yudhishthir, the eldest of them, is left, always the humble and righteous one. Yudhishthir ignores his thirst and engages with the yaksh, who fires a volley of questions about life at him. One of those questions begin, what is the biggest wonder of life? Without any hesitation, Yudhishthir famously answers, hundreds and thousands of living beings meet death at every moment. Yet the foolish man thinks himself deathless and does not prepare for death. This is the biggest wonder of life. The yaksh is pleased with the answer, so he allows him to drink from the lake and also restores the lives of his dead brothers. This happened 5,000 years ago, but the human psyche regarding death has changed very little since then. Death is a very fundamental question. Actually, death is closer to us than the statistics we read about it. Each moment, death is happening in us at the organ and cellular level. This is how, with just one look at your insides, your doctor knows how old are you. In fact, death began in us even before we were born. Only if you are ignorant and unaware does it seem like death will come to you someday later. If you are aware, you will see both life and death are happening every moment. If you as much as breathe a little more consciously, you will notice that with every inhalation there is life, with every exhalation there is death. Upon birth, the first thing that a child does is to inhale, to take in a gasp of air, and the last thing that you will do in your life is an exhalation. You exhale now, and if you do not take the next inhalation, you will be dead. If you do not get this, just do an exhalation, hold your nose and do not do the next inhalation. Within a few moments, every cell in your body will start screaming for life. Life and death are happening all the time. They exist together inseparably in the same breath. The relationship goes even beyond the breath. Breath is only a supporting actor. The real process is of the life energy or prana that control physical existence. With certain mastery over pranas, one can exist beyond breath for substantial amounts of time. Breath is a bit more immediate in its requirement, but in the same category as food and water. Death is such a fundamental aspect because if one small thing happens, you can be gone by tomorrow morning. Why tomorrow morning? One small thing now and you could be off the next moment. If you were like any other creature, maybe you would be unable to think about all this. But once one is endowed with human intelligence, how can you just ignore such a significant aspect of life? How can you avoid it and live on as if you are going to be here forever? How is it that after living here for millions of years of life, human beings still don't know a damn thing about death? Well, they know nothing about life either. We know all the trappings about life, but what do you know about life as such? Fundamentally, this situation has come about because you have lost perspective as to who you are in this universe. If this solar system in which we are evaporates tomorrow morning, no one will even notice it in this cosmos. This is that small, just a speck. In this speck of a solar system, planet Earth is a microspeck. In that microspeck, the city you live in is super microspeck. In that you are a big man. This is a serious problem. When you have completely lost perspective as to who you are, how do you think you will grasp anything about the nature of life and death? One reason people can ignore death and continue to live on in their ignorance is simply that the religions of the world have spread all kind of idiotic stories about life and death. They created some silly childish explanation for everything. How was I born? The stroke brought you. Where are you going to go? To heaven. This explanation is very simple but absurd. At least they could have chosen a more efficient mode of transport than a stork. Storks migrate only in a particular season, so all the children should have been born in season along, not during other times. Moreover, if people are so sure that they are going to heaven after they dies, I ask them, why are you delaying your departure then? Why not go right now? All these silly stories have snuffed out the basic human curiosity about life and death. Otherwise, sheer curiosity, if not the pain and suffering of life, would have strongly propelled many people to seek answers to this fundamental question. And now, I think you understand this fundamental question death is. In our next video, we're gonna talk about mortal natures of human. If you watched it till now, then please let me know from which country you are watching me in comment box. And please again, join me if you still don't by subscribing my channel. Hit that bell icon and you can like the video too if you like it, and you can help me by telling your relative, friends and foes about this channel, and believe me, it will gonna be awesome. And see you soon.